Saturday, 21st June 2025 will go down in history in Akwa Ibom State, as after 26 years, the state is now testing another political party following the defection of Governor Umueno to the All Progressives Congress. Thank you for joining us on the program Newscope. This is where we bring to you highlights of entertainment, both entertainment news and some heart-thrilling reports across the state. My name is Clement Barikui, and I will be bringing you details of this and other stories. On our news tonight, we shall be looking at surrogacy and childbearing. How will you appreciate that someone will carry your child and after 9 months, you will take over as your biological child? Details of that will come your way, plus other stories, and we will be also looking at what happened yesterday at the Gasula Kpabio International Stadium. We have various reports to keep you entertained and stay glued to your television set. Welcome to Newscope. Before we take you to the major stories that we have for you this night, let's just look at some of our major news reports. President Bola Tinubu is committed to building bridges across political and ethnic divides in the country. This resonated at a grand reception of Governor Umueno into the All Progressives Congress. Correspondent report that Governor Eno was received by the National Working Committee of the party. After 26 years of unbroken PDP leadership in Akwa Ibom State, this grand reception of Governor Umueno into the APC opens a new chapter in the political history of Akwa Ibom State. And for President Bola Tinubu, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, the APC is more than an assemblage of politicians, but a family committed to building bridges across the federation.
In welcoming you to the APC today, I am reminded of an ancient wisdom. A single broomstick can be broken, but a bundle of brooms sweep with strength. You, sir, have joined the bundle. And be assured that we are all with you, sweeping away the old and clearing the path for a new dawn for Akwa Ibom State and for Nigeria.
Senate President Gasula Kpabio describes Governor Eno's move to APC as a reunification of Akwa Ibom State with other parts of the country.
The path ahead may be steep, but the reward is certain. So long as we work together, so long as we speak together, and so long as we move together.
The presentation of the APC symbols to Governor Eno, performed by the national chairman of the party, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduji, marks his official reception into the APC fold. For Governor Umueno, with this move, Akwa Ibom looks with hope to see a brighter future where her dreams of a deep sea port, among other critical economic projects, will be realized.
The decision that I have taken on behalf of the Akwa Ibom people by joining the progressive train is for the overall interest of our dear state and will someday, in the nearest future, preciously define our steps and trajectory of growth and development.
Speakers, including Chairman Progressives Governors Forum, Senator Hope Uzodinma, as well as the Cross River State Governor Basi Otu, believe the move is the beginning of a new dawn in Akwa Ibom State. Clement Barikui, NTA News. Meanwhile, the defection of Governor Moino from the PDP to the APC has continued to elicit reactions from a cross-section of Akwa Ibom people who describe the move as a step in the right direction for a renewed transformation of the state. The people were speaking on the sidelines of the grand rally to formally receive the governor into the APC in Uyo.
It is no longer news that Akwa Ibom State Governor Moino has moved from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress (APC). What is news to many is what Akwa Ibom stand to gain from the governor's alignment with the government at the center.
Our leader has made us to understand the importance of linking Akwa Ibom to the center.
This connection to the center has made Akwa Ibom to be well placed, and we are very confident that the protection of the federal government for the state is good.
The expected benefits may necessitate daily defections of people across the state to APC. Many anticipate that this development signals a new dawn in Akwa Ibom political landscape.
We should all work together as a united Akwa Ibom, irrespective of party lines.
The decision of moving from one party to the other, we believe and we know something good will come to Akwa Ibom.
We can say of a truth that all the different factions that we used to have in the states have been brought together. If we are not linked up with the center, definitely the Ibom Deep Seaport can continue to be on paper.
There'll be industries, there'll be employment, there won't be any segregation again.
As APC states, whatever comes from the national will be included.
Some, however, are concerned about the political implications of the governor's defection and how to accommodate the interests of new entrants into the Progressives family without issues with existing leadership structures.
This particular implication is very positive in the sense that Akwa Ibom people have come together under one roof. It is going to bring peace, it's going to bring progress, it's going to bring development.
Of the country. We want a seat on that table, we want a seat in the room, we want a voice in that room, and we want to have participation in the politics of Nigeria.
With the grand reception of the governor into APC now over, many are optimistic about a rapid federal government's presence in the state to quicken transformation. Etienne Ibanga, NTA News.
Let's take you away from politics to other stories now. The Akwa Ibom State government has cracked down on a dredging company in Edibom Nsit village in Nisribom local government area, allegedly operating illegally in the community. Joy Ubani reports that the Commissioner for Environment in Sikak Ekong, accompanied by Chairman Subeb and Nietetu, were at the site before the seal by the Ministry of Environment.
Eastern Obolo is a coastal local government area in Akwa Ibom State endowed with rich mineral resources. This naturally endowed community, which is now suffering due to human activities arising from water and gas pollution, as well as oil spills, amongst others, is giving residents untold hardship. In a swift response,
a dredging company has been ordered to cease its operations immediately at Edebom Nsit village in a Sidibom local government area. Commissioner for Environment in Sika Ekong, who ordered a seal, says some illegal dredging activities can pose significant environmental risks, including pollution and harm to the ecosystem.
Before you go into any business, even government, if they build roads, Akwa Ibom State government, they do an EIA. That EIA contains how it affects the other community negatively, and the efforts you will make to correct it.
However, the commissioner warned that companies should seek proper approval from the ministry and relevant authorities in the states.
No good water to drink, toilets of the workload. That is why we call seek the consent of the ministry to come and help us.
There was nothing. I went to the village of Debum, which is this area. I had a discussion with him. What are we to do to help my community too? So that was without a reasonable answer to it. I now decided to write to the commissioner, the honorable commissioner that is here, write to the local government chairman, wrote to the SSS, reported the matter to the DPO, Ikonia Police Division, and the rest, so that they will come to help our community.
We are not against people doing their private businesses, but you must do it with necessary approvals. And then there must be a remediation plan. If you look at this, the vegetation is all gone, and the next thing will be erosion will set in and they will abandon this place. So we have sealed off this site, and then they have to come to the office with appropriate documents.
The government of Akwa Ibom State is committed to enforcing regulations and laws that protect the environment and people. From Nsidibom local government area, Joy Ubani, NTA News.
As part of extracurricular activities to promote academic excellence among its students, management of Maryland prestigious international school, Itagikono, led its students to NTOYO on an excursion. Tube Achibong has details.
Students and some teachers of Maryland prestigious international school ITAC, upon arrival at NTOYO premises, were warmly received and thereafter taken on a guided tour of the station's facilities. During the tour, the students visited the newsroom, production studio, editing suites, master control room MCR, the transmission room, and many other departments. Staff were on hand to brief the students on the responsibilities of each department.
So you have the pre-production, the production, and the post-production.
A reporter is someone who go out there, scans for news.
Why it's called master control room? This is like the last point of it before anything is sent out to your television set at home.
For the students, discussion, which is informative and inspiring, has opened their eyes to how much work goes on behind the scenes to bring them daily news and programs.
This has been a very fun, nice learning experience. I've learned the history of NTA. I've learned the stages in broadcasting.
It has made the students of Maryland to be more exposed as to areas pertaining to journalism, reporting, and everything related to that.
I've learned about journalism and how they operate and get the information they need to get.
I've gained more knowledge, I've gained understanding about NTA and then the features and what they have. I've gained a lot of things.
The school administrator describes the exercises enlightening, noting that the aim is to expose the students to real-world media environments so they can connect theory with practice.
We've actually learned today is going to help the children, especially those that want to go into communication arts.
A lot of them have been exposed today to what journalism is all about, so I believe they really learned a lot. They are informed, they have been educated, and at the same time entertained.
Maryland prestigious international school, located in Itak, Ikana local government area, is determined to give every child a future and a hope. In Uyo, Utabe Achibong, NTA News.
Time now for us to take our first break. Newscope will continue shortly. Stay with us.
The solution to your building and construction works is Regan Stones, dealer in chippings, hardcore, iron rods, cement, sharp sand, and blocks of all kinds. At Regan Stones, integrity is our watchword. We are equipped to deliver to you regardless of the quantity you desire. We scale every product with our weighing bridge so you can be rest assured of the exact quantity of products you buy from us. Our dedicated and committed staff, coupled with efficient automated vibrating machine, guarantee our unfailing delivery always. We have top-notch customer care services to attend to you in minutes. Locate us at Reagan Stones, Goswell Akpabio Crescent, Shelter Afraid, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Our office line 0916-641-1972. Reagan Stones, reliable and trusted. Reagan Stones, quality beyond imagination.
Roseville Hotel. Come, feel the luxury of our contemporary hotel. We offer lodging and accommodation. Stay at our deluxe executive and luxury suites for your comfort. Experience extravagant dining and delicious meals by expert chef. Lounge at our exquisite VIP bar. Enjoy 24 hours power supply with free Wi-Fi services. Our security system is top-notch to ensure your safety. Ample parking space and laundry services available. The ambience is serene to make your stay memorable. We are located at number 1 Julius Badger Road off House of Assembly Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For reservations, call 070-650-41139. Roseville Hotel, hospitality at its best.
Welcome back. It's now time for us to bring you some of our Newscope stories that we have for you tonight. We'll now begin with the side attraction at the Goswell Akpabio International Stadium, where Governor Umoeno was received into the APC. The grand reception of Governor Umoeno into the All Progressives Congress was a vibrant celebration as people from all walks of life from both within and outside the state converged on the Goswell Akpabio International Stadium. Joy Ubani, who captured the beautiful and colorful side of the reception, came back with these reports.
Atmosphere of the grand reception of Governor Umoeno into the ruling party, the APC, can be best described as beautiful, as different people gathered at the Goswell Akpabio International Stadium to witness the reception. From the different cultural display by different ethnic groups in the state, as well as music from indigenous musicians, the atmosphere was set for celebration. Some party faithful say the different colors and traditional attire is to show the party's strength and unity.
The dressing is because we all want to rise with our golden governor to the next level.
Adorning myself in this very uniquely attired, and it symbolizes unity. If you look at the heart, it is the sun. It represents the sun, the yellow. And if you look at the weather today, it is all clemens all together. And if you look at even the white signifies peace, purity, and that is what the governor has brought to Akwa Ibom State.
Like seeing a rainbow, we may not see these colors quite often. We may not be seeing them soon, but once we see them, the significance is that there's a rainbow and there's hope for goodness.
Because the sky is blue, and blue signifies unity, peace and love. We came here to show solidarity to our governor that has performed beyond imagination.
Others react that it is a testament to the party's shared values and vision for the future.
Akwa Ibom used to be a family, and we are back as a family. The most important thing for me is that Akwa Ibom is going to progress faster, easier, and with the right purpose.
2 to 3, 4 years, Akwa Ibom is going to be better than as we are today.
We have experienced today. I want to assure Nigerians and Akwa Ibom people that Akwa Ibom State is in for consistent upward progressive movement.
The colorful celebration of the grand reception of Governor Umeno into APC will be remembered for years to come. In Uyo, Joy Ubani, NTA News.
In a world where branding drives perception and strategy shapes success, marketing stands at the heart of transformation, and like they say in local parlance, no one understands marketing better than marketers. And so it was for marketers across Nigeria who converged in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State to learn, unlearn, and relearn to meet global best practices while inducting fellows into the prestigious National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria. Kevin Samuel captured the event for NTA News.
It was not just another event, but a gathering of great minds and a tribute to professionalism, graced by marketing icons, one of which is the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Malam Abdul Hamid Dembos, represented by no other than a professional marketer and general manager, NTA Uyo, Alice Ugbe. The conference reflected on the theme, leveraging environmental and social governance in driving values across generations and how marketing should evolve to meet the current realities. Among marketing gurus were captains of industry and dignitaries who were not left out as they filed out to be honored as fellows by the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, having grown from the ranks over the years. In a heartfelt remark, the president of the institute, Idoro Yinenang, reminded members to uphold the code of conduct by maintaining standard in service delivery as they strive to contribute their quota towards the growth of the institute.
That all that they know, they need to impact to the next generation so that we have a consistent grooming and nurturing of the future talents in marketing.
We live in an era where value can no longer be measured solely in profit margins and in market share. True value now spans the planet we protect, the people we serve, and the principles we uphold.
Make your reputation your core asset, because that is what defines who you are at any time, at any place, at any circumstance.
Do solemnly pledge to uphold the provisions of the NIMN Act.
Thrilled by the honor, the newly inducted fellows, including Hawa Nimye, Director, Marketing at the NTA headquarters, couldn't hold their joy as they pledged total commitment to the cause of marketing in the country.
It's an inspiration for me to continue breaking the boundaries of marketing innovation. And I also would want to, at this stage, consciously and deliberately focus on mentorship, integrity, and professionalism on the job.
Hawa has always been a very dedicated and forward-looking person. She's very committed to the marketing profession. She's marketing herself. So for this, I think that this is just another opportunity to tell her that others are watching. That good thing you've been doing, keep doing it.
This is a very important one because it's a lot of work. Creating ideas, selling them, especially selling something that people did not think was marketable.
Earlier, the event of the day started with a conference where experts took time to x-ray the different components of marketing and its significance in the society. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
Well, congratulations to the new fellows there. We hope they will bring their experiences to bear in the marketing profession. Moving ahead, the Nigerian Television Authority is evolving with current trends, hence the need to strengthen relationship and align strategies for effective service delivery. These and more are issues raised at the NTA Port Harcourt Network Zonal Center meeting held in Uyo, the state capital. Edidangiba has details.
Leadership and evolving trends in effective management is a theme for the meeting, which had management staff from across the zone as participants. Zonal Director, Port Harcourt Network Center, Evelyn Wosu, submitted that teamwork and synergy are crucial components for the success of any vision, emphasizing that the meeting will create an avenue to reassess operations and find workable solutions.
When you talk about leadership and evolving trends in effective management, we're trying to equip you with all you need to be a better leader. And of course, if you're a better leader, we'll have a better organization.
Others, in their opinion, agree that the meeting is timely and recommendations will help improve output.
We expect that staff will be more and better equipped so that they can rebrand the brand NTA.
We expect a good production, good leadership quality, and better management and staff relation in the zone.
I'm here to learn more, to see how move NTA forward.
NTA is going somewhere that I know, so we expect each and every one of us to go along.
The guest lecturer and head of Department Public Administration, University of Uyo, Professor Chijioke Onoha, amongst other things, advised NTA management to invest in sustainable infrastructure and maintain accountability.
The essence of this performance is towards the attainment of the goal.
The zonal meeting is the second in the series since the beginning of this year. In Uyo, Edith Yongiba, NTA News.
We now pause again for another break. Newscope will continue when we return. Stay with us.
At NTA Television College Jos, you will dive into exhilarating hands that will fuel your passion in education and propel your career to new heights. We don't just teach, we craft the next generation of media leaders. Explore our diverse offering, understanding the personnel matters and issues in the public service, basic development communication, financial reporting under IPSAS and interpretation of public sector accounting standard IPSAS, audit, internal check and control management, video camera maintenance, new technologies, optics, fiber, IP technologies, automation, storage management, and wireless technology. Challenges and opportunities in the secretarial profession in the digital age. Digital marketing, basic drama, online reporting, understanding the provisions of the revised public service, audio engineering operations and maintenance, camera operations, and intermediate drama. Mark your calendar. The second quarter of 2025 is your launch pad. This is your moment to seize the future. Announcer Management.
Glad to know you're still there. We now continue with the rest of our Newscope stories. Are you in the category of persons who eat their meat and other proteins only after finishing their food? Have you also wondered why others eat proteins in their meals when they are done with food? What could be reasons for this habit? Janime Uko in this report tries to find out reasons for the trend which spans for centuries across cultures.
Proteins are essential nutrients for the human body. They contain biological compounds such as enzymes, hormones, and antibodies needed for the effective functionality of the body. It therefore becomes necessary to have proteins like fish, meat, eggs, milk, among others, as integral part of our daily meals, with some persons forming habits around them. One of the eating habits is leaving the protein to be eaten last after finishing the food, a practice that many Nigerians confess to. What are their reasons for keeping their proteins to be eaten last after their meals?
Eating meat last in the soup sustain continuity in the meal.
My parents normally use the method of that we need to eat our meat last, being that he would share the meat according to our age grade. Then each of us, after eating the meat and the food, will now pick the meat according to our age.
I leave my meat till the end of till when I'm done eating my eba.
I will be eating the meat and also consuming the food at the same time. So it depends on the quantity of protein.
I eat my protein last. That's because I was brought up that way.
Parents also speak on their roles in encouraging these eating habits.
Back then, as a growing child, my mom used to insist that before you can actually take your protein, that you must finish your meal. So that has become part of us, and unconsciously it has grown into the extent whereby I've even passed to my children.
I have tried my best to train them the way my father trained me on that aspect. But my dear, my children, immediately they see meat, they will eat that meat first. And after eating the meat, they will go back to eat the meal. So when I noticed that at times for those toddler, I will first of all put food without meat. And after finishing their meal, I will now give them the meat.
When you are eating with the elder, respect the elder, wait until the elder asks you to either take the protein or don't take the protein.
Are there any cultural or traditional explanation to this habit?
As a young child growing up in the eastern part of the country, you have a way of a child will not go for the meat or fish, as the case may be, when he or she's eating with adults. You wait for them, and then definitely they will eat and take your own meat and leave the rest for you and all that.
It teaches a few things in Yoruba culture. For example, one, it teaches respect. That's something that the Yoruba culture places very high esteem. The fact that when you're eating with elders, you have to wait until it's your turn. It teaches patience, knowing that you have to go through the process before you end the reward, which is the protein. And then it also teaches the fact that there is some form of order where you're eating with your elder ones and they have to pick the piece of protein first before, if you're the last, for example, before you.
The Islamic belief is that the Prophet ﷺ taught us how to eat. You eat your front, you don't put your hands in the middle, and then you ensure you finish the food and lick the plate. And when you have licked the plate, then you can eat the meat.
What are the nutritional benefits of eating proteins last after a meal?
While portion control tells you the quantity of food to eat, the meal planning tells you what to eat. Then meal sequencing tells you the type of class of food to eat at a particular time. So for folks that want to stay healthy, you want to stay better, or you are trying to fight diabetes condition, so this is always advisable. Take your protein and fiber first. It will increase your fullness too, and also reduce overeating, which also leads to reducing weight gain.
Whether your reason for keeping the meat until after eating the food is saving the best for the last in order to enhance your overall dining experience, experts have recommended eating meat last after other foods for digestive reasons. Reason for this is because meat, especially red meat, is more difficult to digest than lighter foods like fruits, vegetables, and grains. Research shows that starting with these lighter options help the digestive system gradually get into gear before tackling the heavier, more complex proteins in order to ensure better digestion, reduce bloating, and improve overall comfort.
Saving my protein for the last has always been one habit that I learned from childhood and have grown up with it. The reason is simple. It helps sustain my meal so I can finish my food. And that's it for me. Why do you keep your meats for the last? Inuyo, Dianime Uko, NTA News.
Wow, thank you, Danime, for that beautiful report. In fact, you've wet some of us here. Our appetite is already wet with those beautiful foods that we've just seen. But let's just think about it. Eating your meat while you are also eating, or you wait till the end. Which one is better? And at the end of the day, what are you going to benefit from it? I think they both have benefits. So either you eat before or you eat at the end, you will still achieve the same result. Though that is left for the medical expert to decide. But then again, will you allow your child to eat meat with you while eating, or you will instruct him not to eat? That's a question for another day. In Nigeria, where childbearing is deeply cherished, surrogacy has emerged as a beacon of hope for many couples grappling with infertility. But what does the journey of surrogacy entails? Our correspondent Hakimat Aliyu in this report takes a closer look at the process, legal provisions, and societal challenges surrounding surrogacy in Nigeria.
In 2021, a popular movie celebrity in Nigeria publicly revealed how she became a mother through surrogacy. She shared that after several years of battling infertility via multiple miscarriages and failed IVF attempts, she chose surrogacy to fulfill her dream of motherhood. Her story gave a face to what many Nigerians, both openly and privately, experience. Fertility expert Dr. Philip Ekwe describes surrogacy as a form of assisted reproduction in which a woman agrees to carry and give birth to a child for another individual or couple. Dr. Ekwe explains some of the medical and personal reasons couples may opt for surrogacy, ranging from repeated IVF failures to medical conditions that make pregnancy unsafe.
It's supposed to be a family affair, husband and wife having their kid. We're now bringing a third person to get involved. Third party reproductive health involves sperm donation, egg donation, embryo donation, and surrogacy. It shouldn't be done socially, but it should be done for particular reasons. I will give you an example. A woman that has a hole in the heart, who probably, if she carries pregnancy, the stress of the pregnancy will prevent her from carrying that pregnancy to 9 months. Such a woman deserves to have a surrogate to carry the baby.
He outlines the standard procedure commonly followed in Nigeria, beginning with identifying a surrogate, either a volunteer or compensated participant. However, the legal landscape of surrogacy in Nigeria remains complex, with no comprehensive national legislation regulating the practice.
Due to its dicey nature, parties are advised to resort to the general laws of contracts that guide the parties in the cases of conflicts, which there has to be offer, acceptance, and consideration.
Societal attitudes are also evolving, with some viewing surrogacy as a medical miracle and a gift of love, while others see it as unconventional or even a taboo due to cultural or religious beliefs.
For me, I feel it's okay as long as it's done the legal way.
Findings show a rise in fertility clinics and online platforms offering surrogacy services in Nigeria, connecting intended parents with potential surrogates. Surrogacy is no doubt becoming increasingly popular in Nigeria, and from some who have told this line, many describe the process as emotionally challenging, while for some it is a journey filled with love and hope. Experts emphasize the need for support and awareness for this reproductive choice. In Abuja, Hakimat Ali, NTA News.
Well, it is gradually becoming a commonplace that we have surrogacy in the country. But from what we've heard in that report, it is filled with mixed feelings, emotions, and others. But the choice is yours, and it is advisable to do what is best for you. Uyo residents are raising concerns over increasing cases of teenage pregnancy, calling on parents and peer educators to do more to minimize the situation. Abigail Etim, who spoke with some residents and stakeholders, came back with this report.
Teenage pregnancy refers to pregnancy in girls under the age of 20. This poses serious risks to the underage girls. Research shows that beyond the pregnancy, the negative implications of teenage pregnancy are enormous. Hence, Nigerians are calling on parents to pay special attention to the upbringing of their children to prevent them from being victims of teenage pregnancy.
One can be just stay away from sexual activity. Even if you want to conduct a sexual activity, just use preventing measures like use of condoms and
be friendly with your children. Don't scare them away from yourself. So whatsoever that happens, that is, I may say, number one thing should be your relationship with the children?
Lack of sex education. People are not like aware of all this sex stuff and they are not being taught about sex education. So this leads them into doing all this.
Some Uyo residents believe that one of the key causes is poverty, as many parents are unable to provide the basic needs of their wards, leaving the girl child vulnerable to exploitation.
Laziness on the part of the young girls. You don't want to learn, you don't want to be steadfast in work, you just want to be free. You just feel that you should just go about your thing your way, which is not so. You're supposed to stay when your parents guide you on what to do. I think and I feel you should stay.
Causes of teenage pregnancy can be rape, okay, peer pressure, wanting to have a boyfriend at a very early age.
People are taking the advantage of harsh economic situation to engage in unprotected sex and thereby involving into pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy.
To do what their parents are doing, they want to act the way their parents are doing, and all this teenage pregnancy. And one more thing is education.
A psychologist from the University of Uyo, Dr. Iboro Otu, enumerated the causes of teenage pregnancy to include poverty, peer pressure, and lack of sex education, among other reasons, insisting that parents must be deliberate about the upbringing and well-being of their children. He advised that parents shouldn't shy away from discussing reproductive health with their teenager. Rather, they should be done to guide them properly to avoid making mistakes in future.
Parenting. When we have fathers and mothers that are not working in unity. Because when these children are exposed, they will be helpless. When fathers and mothers join hands together, the children will be disciplined. One of the first vulnerability is poverty. Sometimes not really poverty, but it can be because the child has lost focus on the parents on the parents' ability to coordinate the family, and may depend on an external source of help. As the child is now vulnerable, somebody can say, "Come, I will do this for you," and with her innocence, she can fall prey to being sexually abused.
Parents are urged to monitor their children's associations and maintain open communication while also encouraging contentment and self-worth. Stakeholders believe that with strong family support, proper education, and community involvement, the tide of teenage pregnancy can be turned around. In Uyo, Abigail Etim, NTA News.
Wow, open communication. I think that's just the first step to follow, and the parents need to maintain open communication with their teenage girls to avoid teenage pregnancy. We will take the last lap of our break. The Newscope will continue after this. Stay with us.
Water is life. Aqua Cardinali Water provides the highest quality drinking water. Aqua Cardinali Water is owned by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo, produced and packaged by Cadisem Enterprises Nigeria. It is available in 19 liters dispenser jar, 60 cl sachet, 50 cl and 75 cl table water. Visit Aqua Cardinali Water at number 34 Dominic Utuk Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Drink Aqua Cardinali Water, certified by NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. Call 0903-288-2958. Aqua Cardinali Water. Drink pure. Stay healthy.
Welcome to Prisma International Hotels, located at number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afarafort, Overback Road, Uyo. When it comes to hospitality industry, nothing compares with comfort, exquisite services, and top-of-the-world security. These are what make Prisma Hotels a household name. At Prisma Hotels, you are assured of lavishly furnished, spacious rooms and suites with complimentary breakfast, top-class blue sea swimming pool, VIP and poolside bars, as well as restaurant where African and continental dishes are saved at pocket-friendly rates. These are not all. There is high-speed internet service, closed-circuit television, spacious car park, 24-hour power and water supply, sparkle laundry and dry cleaning services, and above all, combat-ready security operatives. So whenever you are in Uyo or you are a resident in Uyo, capital city of Akwa Ibom State, make Prisma Hotels number 5 Efang Street, Tafara Fort, off a back road Uyo your choice, and you will cherish the experience. For bookings and inquiries, please call 081-3166-6660 or 0915-509-9989. Prisma International Hotels, hospitality par excellence.
Glad to have you back. We now continue with the rest of Newscope. Telecom subscribers in Uyo, the state capital, are expressing dissatisfaction over the recent increase in the prices of data tariffs by telecommunication providers. Deborah Emanson, who sampled the opinions of residents, came back with these reports.
The recent increase in the price of data tariffs by telecommunication providers in Nigeria in the face of economic hardship is becoming a source of concern to the citizens. The worst hit are content creators, freelancers, and remote workers who largely depend on data to access the internet and social media for their daily survival.
The hike in data price has been really horrible. Like, you could recharge 3D, and before the end of the day, it's all gone, it's finished. You'll be wondering whether someone actually stole your phone or stole your data. So it's not been funny at all. It's not been pleasant in any way.
It really affects me because unlike before, data prices was not really high like that. But now it's really high, and it's not even lasting like before.
Other subscribers lament over the poor state of the economy, coupled with the hike in the price of data, which has worsened their survival battles in the country. They complain that even though they try to limit their social media usage in order to save costs, the situation is still biting very hard.
Everything now we are doing it online, so we have been spending a lot of money on buying data these days because the price tags have been very high this time.
I think if we are looking at affordability, it should be as what we can use in the country. I think the government should come in and look at how certain countries apply their networks and how it affects the individuals in such areas. And coming forward to Nigeria, I think the government should look at how they can minimize the use of tariffs that favor the people.
Some of them claim that despite the hike in data tariffs, the unstable network signals have compounded their situation.
You need to browse, get information like from your classes and all. But now you cannot even afford data to do the basic things, not talk of maybe you want to go into social media. And the service provider, the network is still very poor.
The price is very high and it's affecting students, business, those that are doing business online. So I just appeal to the network providers, they should look into it. And the most annoying part of it is that you subscribe this data and you don't have network to use the data.
Nigerians are hopeful that the federal government will direct the Nigerian Communications Commission and other relevant authorities to do something urgently to remedy the situation to make lives easier for them. In Uyo, Deborah Emanson, NTA News.
Well, thank you so much for that report. I thought yours truly is the only one experiencing the data, high cost of data in recent times. We strongly believe that relevant authorities will step in and address the situation. And the mere fact that one will always ask, are we having value for what we are paying for? That's something to remember. Anywhere there is human existence, waste is generated in solid, liquid, or gaseous state. In Nigeria, solid waste is the major concern, especially in urban centers. Lokoja, the Kogi state capital, is not an exception, as residents continue to grapple with environmental challenges orchestrated by human behavior. John Yakov in this report tells us how man is an enemy to himself.
Domestic waste has remained the most stubborn environmental challenge in Nigeria over the years. This solid waste is generated from consumables and other household disposables. Conscious of solid waste generated per day and annually, the state ministries of environment have been established to manage waste in urban areas across the country. The same ministry is also saddled with the responsibility of managing environmental degradations such as erosions. Over the years, drainage channels have been constructed to control water and prevent gully erosion in many parts of the country. This is where human activities come in conflict with projects that are put in place to serve their interest. Drainages, as we know, are constructed to channel flood water to the right place and control gully erosions. But on the contrary, in some urban cities, they have become dumping grounds for solid waste, and Lokoja, the Kogi state capital, is not an exception.
The belief is that when the rains come, it washes down the waste down to the river. But this is not always the case, as most of the debris end up blocking drainages and culverts.
As seen here on major roads and streets in Lokoja, forcing the flood water to overflow into residential homes, roads and streets.
No. It's very wrong. It's a very wrong idea.
These blockages remain there for the rest of the rainy season unattended to, and the people affected by such man-induced flood forget that this is coming from human actions.
If the rain fall well, the dirty will come blow to here. They use and they clean them because from my business, because me I don't want the tip from my side.
One will wonder if there are regulations criminalizing dumping of refuse in drainage system in Nigeria.
The law actually enforces or spells out some penalties, and I think the list is 10 to 20,000 naira or 2 or 3 months imprisonment if anyone is found culpable, or if anyone has actually committed that offense and is trying the court of law. But enforcement essentially is this problem.
Kogi State Executive Council recently resolved to present a bill to the State House of Assembly for the establishment of Climate Change Agency in the state.
We have decided to set up an agency to deal with that. But before then, it will still have to go through the House of Assembly.
Perhaps this will take care of this anomaly and reduce man-induced flooding in Lokoja, the Kogi State capital. John Yaku, NTA News.
And on a sad note, Christians are being reminded to number their days on earth and reconcile with God to make heaven on the last day. Pastor Victor David of Winners Chapel Uyo gave the charge during a funeral of late Rose Basi Atai at Oron Road, Uyo. John Paul Alumina reports.
The funeral service of Rose Basi Atai attracted relatives, church members, and friends to pay their last respect. In his sermon, Pastor Victor David of the Winners Chapel Uyo admonished the congregation to be valuable Christians who contribute positively to the worship of God. He described the deceased as a devout Christian who served God with all her heart and impacted on the lives of many positively during her lifetime.
In Jesus was what? Life. And his life became what? Our light. Whatever may have dimmed your light before now, by the power of his same word, I command a rising.
The biography of the deceased indicated that she worked diligently in the Ministry of Information in Cross Rivers and Akwa Ibom states for 35 years before she retired in 2004.
She was that grandma who would still send pocket money to her grandchildren for academic motivation, no matter how little.
Condolence messages and testimonies were given by some groups and her immediate families, while by 5 children, grandchildren, and numerous relatives to mourn her demise. Special prayers was offered for the bereaved family and repose of her soul. Some of her children described her death as irreplaceable.
It was a great bond between me and my mom, and she loved me so much. I'm really grateful. She was always there for me, always there for me, even at this age.
My mom is a lover of God and she served the Lord faithfully. I want to take that and I want to be committed to the things of God because she was committed.
She made me my mother. She was my soldier woman.
She has, what I've passed through in life, she has always been there for me. She always give me a shoulder to lean on and cry upon. I'm going to miss my mom.
That's why I'm going to try to emulate her sense of family. That, you know, being close to family and just putting family first. And then after God, you know, she always put God first. So
forget anything about the family. She was the eldest. So she was the only person who could tell me who is who and what is what. You know, so I will miss that part. And I will miss the togetherness that she always wanted us to be.
My sister, after the demise of my mother, was there as the mother of all of us. And encouraged her. Was the one speaking into our life and enabling us to be able to see ahead.
She was always there for me in my early days. She used to fight for me. She was just always there. I mean, that I'll always remember.
Her body was later committed to Mother Earth after graveside rites. In Uyo, John Paul Alomona, NTA News.
And that is where we end the Newscope this week. Thank you so much for keeping a date with us. Don't forget that we shall be bringing you yet another edition of the program next Sunday. Don't miss it. I remain Clement Barikui. Have a lovely night rest.